one of the most famous fighters of his generation, fighting in one of the famous stadiums in the world. Can you imagine being AJ right now? A lot of pressure too, though. Don't get it twisted. You've got to perform in front of 96,000 of your closest friends.
Mamma mia! Rosie, a social media sensation turned boxer, has turned the sport on its ear. This is incredible. And what must be going through this 27-year-old's mind, like so many members of his generation, dealing with mental health issues. Here we go!
Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua has ignited intense debate across the boxing world. Most seasoned professionals agree that Joshua would dominate due to his superior size, power, and elite heavyweight pedigree. His Olympic background, technical discipline, and proven knockout ability give him a commanding advantage. Although Jake Paul has made noticeable improvements, defeating MMA fighters and lower-tier boxers, he has never shared the ring with a true world-class heavyweight. Analysts argue Paul's only realistic hope will be landing an early, unexpected punch, yet Joshua's jab, composure, and experience would dictate the action. Many expect a one-sided Joshua stoppage within the opening round.
Kisa, a few times on it. I mean, there's nothing to report to you that it's close, or there's a lot of hoops to jump through. Of course, AJ is exclusive to DAZN. We also work very closely with His Excellency, and although we have no contract with him, we're in talks for big fights next year. Of course, Tyson Fury being one of them. So we definitely give him the respect of making sure that he was aware of the plan and part of that plan as well. But at the moment, there's nothing major to report on that. Would we take the fight? Absolutely. I think Jake would be. I mean, my estimations of Jake Paul would go through the roof if he signs to fight Anthony Joshua, because I just can't believe in my mind that he would do something like that. I mean, Gervonta was a smart one because of his size. I think actually he would have had a lot of success against Jake Paul, but the size is a problem. But this would just be, like if Jake Paul was to take the fight with AJ, you'd really have to maybe carry his balls in a wheelbarrow on the ring walk, because AJ wouldn't mess around in there, so it would be huge, but nothing to tell you it's closed.
The fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua is officially scheduled for December 19th, 2025 at the Casa Center in Miami, with global broadcast rights secured by Netflix. This is not an exhibition. It's a fully sanctioned professional heavyweight bout under Queensberry rules, featuring 8 3-minute rounds and 10-ounce gloves. To narrow the gap, Joshua has agreed to a contracted limit of 245 pounds, significantly lighter than his usual fighting weight. With both men risking their professional records, the stakes are substantial. This matchup carries real consequences, and with full power permitted, knockouts and a clear, decisive outcome are expected.
Already happening, Jake Paul will face the 2-time unified heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua on Friday, December the 19th in Miami, Florida. It's going to be an 8-round fight with 3-minute rounds and 10-ounce gloves. It's Joshua's first fight since being knocked out by Daniel Dubois in September last year. Jake Paul won a unanimous decision against veteran Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. earlier this year. Well, Jake Paul said this: a professional heavyweight fight against an elite world champion in his prime. When I beat Anthony Joshua, every doubt disappears and no one can deny me the opportunity to fight for a world title. To all my haters, this is what you wanted. To the people of the United Kingdom,
many in the boxing world believe Jake Paul's decision to challenge a seasoned heavyweight like Anthony Joshua is overly ambitious, with fans and experts alike calling the matchup unrealistic and far beyond Paul's current level.
Right, the real deal respond to me as I tweeted my thoughts about delusion, which again, I think is more about what Jake said about Anthony Joshua and what he'll do to him. That was the more delusional aspect of this. Amanda Serrano said, at Jake Paul is the truth. Funny, they say he's a fraud for wanting easy fights, then he asked for the toughest fights ever, and they say he's nuts. Listen, he was scheduled to fight Canelo, Gervonta, And now he's calling out Joshua. Come on, who else is doing this? Oh crap, on second thought, he is out of his freaking mind. You're right. That was more of just Amanda backing her guy, you know what I'm saying? The co-founder of MVP.
Dave Allen firmly warns that Anthony Joshua risks damaging his reputation by accepting a fight with Jake Paul. He believes that if Paul even manages to land a clean punch, it could undermine the credibility Joshua has built throughout his career. Allen argues the matchup leans more toward entertainment than legitimate sport, and he doubts Joshua would genuinely want to take such a gamble. He suggests that many dedicated boxing fans would see the bout as a step backward, and that Joshua could lose a level of respect within the boxing community by facing a YouTuber-turned-boxer like Paul.
Lost to Tommy Fury. Anthony Joshua cannot box Jake Paul. Horrific. He's dangerous for one, and two, if Jake Paul even lands a glove on him, it just diminishes everything that he's achieved. Jake Paul won't last 2 minutes for me. Never mind Anthony Joshua. It's ridiculous. It's a joke.
If AJ does say yes to going in against Jake Paul, does he harm his legacy?
I would lose a bit of respect for him. I think a lot of boxing people would as well, to be honest. Why would he box him? 2-time heavyweight champion in the world, one of the best heavyweights the last 20 years, held British boxing on his back. People might say he deserves to box Jake Paul. But why though? Why would he do it?
Did you lose respect for him when he fought in Ngannou? Did you lose respect for Fury when he fought in Ngannou?
Ngannou's a serious fighting man. World champion in mixed martial arts.
It's a worrying thing, potentially, the damage that AJ could do to Jake Paul.
He'll hurt him. Yeah, Jake Paul is a cruiserweight. You wouldn't put the Midlands area cruiserweight champion with Anthony Joshua, so why would you put Jake Paul in there? Just because he's a superstar, whatever. I don't know what he does. What does he do? What is he?
A YouTuber.
It's just not worth it. He's got enough money as it is. Why risk all that for a few more quid? I don't like it.
With the fight expected to be sanctioned as a full professional bout rather than an exhibition, Roy Jones Jr. has dismissed the idea that Jake Paul could become a legitimate world champion. He openly doubts Paul's ability to capture any meaningful title, arguing that Paul has yet to face truly battle-tested, high-level opponents. Jones believes that once Paul steps in with seasoned, experienced boxers, those fighters would soundly defeat him. Although he acknowledges that Paul might eventually secure a title opportunity, Jones insists it would only come under highly favorable circumstances. Overall, he remains skeptical that Paul could ever walk away with a genuine championship.
Will become a world champion?
No.
Why?
I think if they make him fight tough opponents, guys with experience, those guys will beat him. Now, if you get somebody like myself at the end of their career, or somebody like Tyson, he caught at the end of their career, the chances are much higher. Because now it becomes over 50-50. You got a guy who's better than him, but the age factor. You understand me? And that's the only way to balance it for him to make it a 50-50 fight. Somebody who's on his level at the same age, those guys have too much experience. You understand me? So he's not going to beat those guys. But you find a guy who is past his prime, who has a mentality further than his, but past his prime, it kind of...
Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn has openly dismissed Jake Paul's boxing abilities, describing him as merely an average fighter. Hearn has repeatedly questioned whether Paul possesses the skills needed to compete at the highest level, especially against someone like Joshua. While he acknowledges Paul's improvement, he insists Paul remains far from the standard required to face elite heavyweights.